Hello everyone, and welcome to the FanFic Critic vlog. I am Ryoko368. It's been a while, I know, but again, I do this out of a hobby. It's not the web show. Just stressing that. It is not the web show. Okay, so, I came across this, interesting fanfic in the Dragon Ball Z section called, Just want to warn you all right now, it is a doozy. It's rated PG-13 for M-Preg. Yes, M-Preg. And for those who don't know what M-Preg is, it's pretty much when an author decides to make a male character pregnant. Now, technically, it is possible for males to be pregnant, if they used to be female, for starters, and had a sex change, but decided to keep the female organs intact so they can produce an offspring before they go through with the final part of their transition. And in some species of animals, the male can become pregnant, if they're like a dual sex type thing. So, it is technically possible, but for humans, for the most part, men can't be pregnant. Yeah. But I digress. I don't think this fanfic is technically complete, but seeing it was published on March 14th, 2004, and it was updated on March 29th, 2004. Something tells me they're not going to continue it. Oh. And I might as well address the elephant in the room before I move on with this. Yes, I am wearing a hat. No, I'm not trying to look like a nostalgia critic. I just like wearing this hat. I'm so glad we had this conversation. Alright then, let's move forward. The author of this fanfic is called Yaoi Freak 7272. So the description is PG-13 for M-Preg. Goku comes home after training with Oob to find disarray between mother and son. Okay, please don't be an incest story. It's bad enough that it's going to be M-Preg, and I'm going to guess that Gohan's going to be the pregnant one. But please don't let it be that he had sex with his mother, because that is just fucking disgusting. Oh well, I mean, it can't be anywhere near as bad as the father and son and father fanfics, which I'm not even sure if those still exist. For all I know, those might have been reported. You never know. So, it's rated Fiction T. It's in English. It's romance. It's Goten in Trunks. Well, that is better than, Gohan and Chi-Chi. It's 3 chapters and 2,856 words with 27 reviews, 20 faves, 9 follows, and yes, this is a fanfic fossil because 2004, and it's 2017. Heck, this fanfic even predates when I did the web show, because I started the web show in, 2009? Oh yeah, this definitely predates it. Alright, so let's begin. I can never name things, so I'm just not going to name it. If you have a good name, please tell me. I think this is supposed to be the author's note. Disclaimer, I own nothing. The most I own is the idea for this fic and my sketches. Pairings, Goten Trunks, of course. Warning, / and M-Preg. If you don't like it, don't read. That's simple. Also, I don't know why, but I like picking on Goten and making him pregnant more than I like making Trunks pregnant. Also, I am a big fan of sappy fluffiness, so without further ado, here's my story. Chapter 1. Oh my god! Spacing! My word, look at this layout. For those reading on with me, you know exactly what I'm looking at. I mean, at least the dialogue and stuff is in its own separate area and stuff, so it's not the most ineligible or unlegible story I've ever seen. But that is still a headache just to look at. So let's read chapter 1. Goku invited the cool wind as he fell towards his once-lived house. Okay, let's read that sentence again. Goku invited the cool wind as he fell towards his once-lived house. Okay, there we go. Excitement overfilling him, he let out a very unmanly squeal of glee. Well, Goku's never really been the definition of manly anyway. Well, meaning he's not all like, I'm big and macho, I like my muscles, and women can't do this shit, blah, 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 yeah. No. 12 years had passed since he had gone to train with Oob, and he could finally return home. His training was excellent, and Oob no longer needed his help. Goku was confident that Oob was ready to face the world on his own. It was well timed he should go home. He softly landed on the ground outside the front door. His breath quickened with excitement as he slowly knocked on the door. Tension and suspense built inside his heart. Hello, Goku? Goku! Chi-Chi stood mouth gaping at the door. Goku! She said, gloping him? Gloping? 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 Gloping. Okay, we need to pause and see if that's an actual word. Be right. So, it's not actually a word, but it shows up in like the Wikipedia dictionary. But it doesn't show up in the actual dictionary, so conclusion, it's a made-up word that someone tried to put in some type of dictionary to claim it's a real word, but it's not an actual real word because it doesn't show up in the actual dictionary. They might eventually someday, but, you know, when you type it in Microsoft Word and stuff, it shows up with the red squiggly, so until it's put in the actual dictionary, it is not a word. But even if it was a word, I don't think that's the word that they meant to use there. It's supposed to probably say glomp. You know, glomp, not gloping. Gloping just kind of sounds inappropriate, but then again, this fanfic is about M-Preg and whatnot, so yay! She said gloping him as they both fell to the ground. Yeah, I think it's supposed to say glomp. Hey, Chi-Chi, he said, laughing with her as they rolled on the grass in the yard. A few tears escaped Chi-Chi's eyes. They didn't capitalize her name. I guess I shouldn't pick on that too much, because, again, this was made back in 2004. I highly doubt this author is going to come back to this fanfic, let alone if they're even still writing fanfic. She pulled back and smiled. Bam. She swiftly slapped him across the smacker. Ow, 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 he said, rubbing his face while jumping up and down like a small child. That's for leaving me in the first place, but I'm so glad you're back. Wrong but again, 2004, I highly doubt this person's going to be correcting this. Oh, I missed all of you. I wanted to come home sooner. How have you been, and how are the boys? And Goku's sentences bumped into each other. Well, come in and I will tell you. She bid him in, and they talked for hours. Show don't tell. About Gohan's daughter Pan and how their family was, how they had a second child, a girl named Sonya. That seems very out of place, but whatever. He arrived in the morning, and they weren't done talking until after lunch. Well, what about Goten? What is he up to? Well, I really don't know much about Goten's current position. I haven't talked to him in a few years. What? Why not? Well, we just haven't, that's all. Well, that's odd. What about Vegeta and Bulma? I haven't spoken to them in a while either. What? How come? Did you have a fight or something? Well, if you want to see Goten, I guess he can explain whatever you need. She got up and searched a drawer. Here it is. She handed Goku a piece of paper. This is the address. Go there and you will find him. Okay, Goku jumped up from the chair and took the piece of paper from Chi-Chi. I will be home after I see him and Gohan, okay? Promise? I promise. Goku headed out the door and looked at the slip of paper. Oh, well, I think it's supposed to be pronounced Satan, like, you know. Oh, Satan City. This is where the Capsule Corp base. This is near the Capsule Corp base. I thought that Bulma, where she lived, was not supposed to be in Satan. Oh, well, whatever. It's supposed to be West City, but whatever. Goku said as he flew off toward the house. And did you like it? Please read on and review arigato. They're one of these ones that, wait a minute. The chapter's name is Default Chapter. Okay, so Chapter 2 is named Chapter 2. Alright, Chapter 2. I hope you liked my last chapter, so read on. He landed in front of the house, which was huge. It was almost twice the size of Bulma and Vegeta's house, and it had a big Capsule Corp sign in the front. Knock, knock, knock. He heard footsteps from the other side and Goten's voice saying, "Hold on, please." The door opened and Goten stood before him. A now well-built 28-ish-year-old man with the look of someone who had been hit with a truck or had seen a horrifying ghost. Dad? A small 7-year-old boy ran up and tugged at Goten's pants. "Daddy, who's that?" Goten didn't reply. Oh, hold on one sec. My cat is having... Sorry about that. Let's go back to where we were. Alright, so we'll just read from a small 7-year-old boy. A small 7-year-old boy ran up and tugged at Goten's pants. "Daddy, who's that?" Goten didn't reply. Okay, now they're getting kind of sloppy with the dialogue. Like, now it's all in just one blob of text. But again, this was written in 2004. I highly doubt the author is going to come back and fix this. Goten didn't reply. He didn't even look at the boy. His gaze was fixed on Goku, who was still standing in the doorway smiling. "Isn't he in the picture with the old turtle hermit Grammy doesn't like?" Goten slightly nodded his head and passed out onto the floor. "Goten! Oh my goodness." Wow, Goku, really showing concern. I mean, there's no, like, exclamation point or anything. He's more like, "Goten! Oh my goodness. IR robot." Goku said, taking a step into the house. He was just about to pick him up when the small boy stepped in his way. "Oh, don't worry. Daddy does that all the time. Come here and look what I got for my birthday." Okay. So, what? Goku stepped over Goten's body and followed the boy down the hall. He had black hair that slung slightly below his ears and with bright purple streaks. If that's your daddy, then you're my grandpa. Can I call you that? Yeah, but what's your name? Gotenk. So, Goten and Trunks named their son after their fusion form. Talk about laziness. He pushed... Gotenks, here's my room. He pushed his door open, and inside it was about as big as Goku's house alone. "Here, isn't this cool? Dad made it for me for my birthday." He held up a square box that was painted blue. He pushed a small button and it expanded, revealing, they spelled revealing wrong, a bright wave of colors and began to talk. "It helps me learn while I sleep." Goku laughed quietly to himself, taking the small object. Sounds like something Gohan would use, but wow, Goten made this? It's so neat. "Gotenks!" A deep voice rang over the intercom that was next to his door. "Get down here!" Uh-oh, he ran down the hallway and quickly down the stairs. Goku tried to keep up with him. "Dad, what's wrong?" "What happened to Daddy? Were you two sparring? What did I say about sparring with Dad?" Well, it should say sparring, but they spelled it as sparring. "What did I say about sparring with Daddy right now, Goku? What are you... How Trunks Briefs stood dumbstruck, eyeballing Goku with a sheer look of confusion on his face. Trunks was holding Goten like he would a small, delicate child, his briefcase thrown down by his side. "Gotenks, shut the door, please." "Yes, Dad." Trunks turned left and then went into the living room where he laid Goten down on the couch. He gently ran his hand through Goten's hair while stroking his cheek with the other one, softly calling out to him, "Goten, Goten." The younger man stirred a little and opened his eyes, blinking a few times before actually focusing on Trunks. "Hey, hun, when did you get home?" "A few minutes ago. Are you all right?" "Yeah, I just had the weirdest daydream or something, though." "What do you mean?" "I thought my dad was here. Isn't that funny, considering we had a conversation last night?" "Goten." "What?" "He is here." "What?" Hiya, son." Goku popped out from behind the doorway and waved at Goten. "Dad, what are you doing here?" Goten, calm down. Trunks placed his hand on Goten's shoulder and gently pushed him back onto the couch. He then stood up and walked over to Goku. Could you please give us a moment, please? Sure. I'm talk to Goten? Goku turned around and walked into the next room where Goten was. Man, try saying that 10 times fast. So we're moving on to Chapter 3. Thanks to all who reviewed, and Bree-chan, thank you! Bree-chan was so nice to me by flaming the evil dark pyro blah blah blah. I could care less what his name was. They were mean. Anyway, here is the next part of the story. Sorry it took so long to update. Go, men. Well, I'm guessing it's a deal that people were... Probably someone in the reviews, I would imagine. But this person's definitely... Well, I mean, for back in 2004, there was a lot of that going on because a lot of animes were playing then. So people were saying, like, arigato, and nani, and gomen. I'm trying to be Japanese, but I'm not. And it's like, yeah. I used to do fan comics when I was a kid, and I did a fan comic for Dragon Ball. Oh my god, it was so fucking stupid. I did 2 of them, technically, and both of them were really, really stupid, but it was, both of them was pretty much a deal that Goku had a little sister, and in the first one, I named the fucking sister after me, and she was supposed to be a baby, and she looked nothing like a Saiyan. It was so stupid. And then the second one, he had a sister, but it was a twin sister, and I don't think I gave her my name, thank freaking God, and at least she looked like a Saiyan, but either way, it was really stupid. I never published those. They're gone. They're long gone. Gone with the wind. Probably got thrown away or something, which is good, because they were garbage. But I did that too, and it's like... At least back then, it's like, yeah, you were young, you know, yeah, but now it's like, ugh. Let's just say I'm very glad I didn't post those online, because I probably would have, yeah. Let's continue. So disclaimer, same, I own nothing. Trunks, okay, so now the layout is somewhat better-ish. Well, at least it's more legible, but, you know, if they did this for the 3rd chapter, you'd think they would have at the very least gone back to the first 2 chapters and fixed them. Because, you know, I've been currently working on my own fanfic. I've been doing a Dragon Ball fanfic. And, you know, every time when I'm rereading it, if I notice a typo, I will or if I notice something off with it, I'll immediately go into my profile and fix the chapter and post it while I can, you know? I mean, you might as well do that before the document disappears forever. I mean, I do have the hard copy on my computer itself, but I don't edit that one. Well, I edit it while I'm writing it. But, you know, sometimes you miss stuff, and you don't notice it until after, and it's happened many times. You read it like a bunch of times, and it's after you've read it for like the 100th time on the actual website that you're like, shit, I misspelled that, or shit, I used the wrong word, or shit, what type of typo was that? How did I miss that, you know? But I digress. Let's just continue. Trunks, I don't think I could deal with losing him too. Goten, I'm sure if you talk to him, he won't be mad. Oh, okay, I get with him. That's what I thought about Mom, and we haven't talked since the day you asked me to marry you. I don't want that with Dad. Goten leaned against the windowsill and put a hand to his face, trying to conceal... They spelled conceal wrong, but again, 2004, highly doubt this person's going to be fixing this from Trunks, but Trunks knew. So, they spelled the word right, but it's the wrong word. It's supposed to be new, as in spelled with a K-N-E-W, not an N-E-W, because N-E-W is brand spanking new bottle of Coke! Ha ha ha! Get it while supplies last! Yeah. He could feel what Goten was going through. Goten. Trunks stood up and walked over to the window that Goten was now standing by. He took Goten's face in his hands and gently kissed him on the forehead. Everything will be all right, Chibi. Chibi? I won't give up until it is, okay? He looked lovingly into Goten's eyes and smiled. But what if? It's not healthy for you to be worrying so much. We both know that. All right. But we aren't even sure if we can discuss that later. I think that right now we need to do 2 things. What? Trunks smiled at Goten and pulled him tightly into his arms, then whispered into his ear, I missed my welcome home kiss, so I think we should do that first. He then covered Goten's lips with his own, kissing him gently. He then pulled back and placed another kiss onto the tip of Goten's nose. Now that we have covered that, I think we need to talk to your father, but no buts, sweetheart. He has the right to know, and we should be the ones to tell him. And also, I guess M-Preg could make sense in the Dragon Ball Z universe, because for all we know, Goten and Trunks could have gathered the Dragon Balls, and they could have made a wish to Shenlong, so then they could have a child. And I'm saying Shenlong, not Shenron. Shenlong is how it's supposed to be pronounced. I'm a big, huge manga fan, more than I am an anime fan. I mean, I do like the anime, but frankly, the manga is pretty much Dragon Ball how it's supposed to be without all the filler bullshit. But I will give kudos. Some of the filler stuff in the anime was good for character development. And then there's other stuff where you're like, yeah, I didn't need that. One prime example was the Garlic Jr. storyline that was so stupid. And then, like, what they added in at the end of Dragon Ball, like, with Goku getting that fan and, you know, him being kind of an idiot. And it's like, okay, this didn't happen in Dragon Ball. The conclusion to Dragon Ball was fine in the manga. Why did you have to add on all this crap? I mean, I get that they were giving time for Akira Toriyama to, you know, get started on Dragon Ball Z. Although at the time it was still all just Dragon Ball. But I digress. Okay, enough rambling. Let's get back to, like, keep on going. I'll be going on all day. And I got a schedule to keep today, so, let's see. No but, sweetheart. He has the right to know, and we should be the ones to tell him. Goten sighed and looked up at Trunks. Oh, all right. Trunks wrapped his arms around Goten and held him tight for a few moments. Let's go, he whispered. The two walked into the next room to find Goku and Gotenks sitting on the floor playing with cards. Hey, Daddy, look what we're doing. That's nice, Gotenks, Goten said, smiling down at his son. Hey, Dad, I'm sorry about earlier. I was kind of shocked. That's okay, Goku said, standing up. He walked over and picked Goten up in a big hug, holding him tight. Goku, don't hold him so tight. It's okay, Trunks. Goku then put him down. You've grown up quite a bit, both of you. I'm so glad you're back. Hi, Trunks, how are you? Good, Goku. It's good to see you also. So, what do you do now? Goku said, eyeing Trunks' dark suit and tie. Well, I work in partner with my mother at Capsule Corp, and Goten is my secret. I stay at home and watch Gotenks. Trunks has a secretary. You're my private secretary. Trunks! Sorry, I couldn't help it. Okay, so where is his mom? Goku pointed to Gotenks. Is she still at work? Oh, boy! Trunks said, sighing deeply, and Goten started to talk very unsteadily. Well, Dad, well, you see, he's ours. Trunks quickly cut in. You're not getting my snack! Ulterior motive from the kitty cat. Trunks quickly cut in, seeing that Goten wouldn't be able to get it out. Wait, yours? Yeah. Wait up. Goku put a hand up in front of his head and shook his finger. I think I missed something, didn't I? Yeah, Trunks said as he gently reached out and took Goten's left hand and held up his own, revealing 2 silver bands with a small ring engraved in each. We're married. What? Dad, please don't be mad. I can't lose you too. And wrong too. It's supposed to be T-O-O, not T-W-O. I already lost Mom. Goten grabbed at his dad's wrist, clutching it tightly. Goku looked at his son's face, which was twisted in distress. He looked at the grip that Goten had firmly placed, holding into his wrist. That's why you haven't been speaking with her? Actually, Goku, Chi-Chi won't speak to us. She disowned Goten the day of our engagement and stopped talking to my mother and father after they said they thought we had made the right decision. Goten has tried to call her, but every time she hangs up. How long have you two been married? 8 years, Goten said, letting go of his father's wrist. And I wasn't there. I'm so sorry that I missed that. I bet it was a beautiful and amazing, and I didn't make it to your wedding. I made it to Gohan's wedding, and I missed yours. I'm a terrible father. Goku yelled at himself, slightly jumping up and down in disarray. Okay, Okay, no. I know Goku is kind of childlike and stuff, but he's not this childlike. It's like, come on, guys. Both Trunks and Goten were scared out of their wits. Wait, Dad, you're not angry? No, I'm not mad. No, I am mad at myself for missing it. Why would I be angry? Because of us. I don't have a problem with you two. Trunks was a good choice. Well, you know, this is in character for Goku, because Goku doesn't care about that. Goku would not care at all. He'd be like, oh good, go for it. Chi-Chi, though, I could see Chi-Chi being, you know, Chi-Chi's not exactly my favorite character. In my fanfic, I'm making her a little more likable. So, yeah. Goten stood, mouth gaping and eyes widened at the words that left Goku's mouth. So, how did you get Shorty here? Goku said, pointing to Goten, who was still involved with playing with cars. He is ours, Trunks said once again. How is that possible? Well, Trunks said, walking towards Goku and whispering closely to his face, Goten got to be a mommy. Trunks, I said not to say that. It's embarrassing. That's not remotely close to how you spell embarrassing. Holy crap, that is bad. Goku scratched his head in puzzlement. Oh my god! What the hell is with these? No, puzzlement? Puzzles! Z! You know, it's like a backwards S that's like super sharp and dun dun dun. You know, Zorro. Da da da. Not puzzlement. Puzzlement sounds like an infection. Oh, well, it sounds like... Never mind, I'm not going to go there. What do you mean? To make it short and sweet, there were no females... No. There are females on the planet Namek. I'm not planet Namek. There were females on planet Vegeta. No. You could have just used the Dragon Balls to make Goten pregnant. That would have made more sense. That would have been plausible. But to try to claim that the Saiyans are like the Namekins where there's no females? No. Because if that was the case, then Vegeta wouldn't have been so, like, flustered and attracted to Bulma. And that was in both the manga and the anime. The anime kind of went more into that than the manga did. But the manga did showcase that he did have an attraction towards Bulma early on. Okay, yeah. No, this is just stupid. I'm sorry, but this is just stupid. There are no females on the planet Vegeta. They had to adapt to survive. We, therefore, can bear children, which in turn scared the crap out of both of us. No, Vegeta would have told you if this was the case. I mean, hello. And if there was no females on Vegeta at all, then they wouldn't even know what females were. I mean, what? This is just stupid. Let's continue. You can say that again. Goten was poking himself in the stomach. I got fat. You weren't fat, just pudgy. Fat. Fine. Well, anyway, Goten's here's ours, and he is 6. Well, 6. Since 2 days ago, said Goten, glancing over at his son. Well then, let's go sit down and talk, because I'm dying to know what has been going on. Like? Don't like? Please let me know if you liked it. More to come on another day. Well, apparently not, because this is the 3rd chapter. This was updated back in 2004. I highly doubt this is going to be continued. But I think that's for the best, because, you know, this story is kind of... I mean, it's okay, but it's very sloppy. And, I mean, at least the 3rd chapter kind of looks better in regards to, like, grammar and layout-wise. But, aside from that, it's still not that... Hello? It's still not that impressive. Not at all. So, yes. I'm just curious. Let's see what some of the reviews say. Wow, this story has reviews from, like, 2013. That's the most recent review. Usually I do leave written reviews for the fanfics that I've reviewed on my vlog, but I don't think I'm going to in this case because this fanfic is just so old. And again, I'm not sure if this author is still doing any work, but... I mean, it looks like a lot of the reviews are nice so far. Let's see. Pretty nice. I mean, at least people are being nice, but... You gotta keep in mind, a lot of these people leaving these reviews are probably kids. I'm trying to find the review that they were trying to say that the person was being a jerk about it. Oh, they must have reviewed the... They must have removed the review. It was probably an anon review. But, yeah. So, it was okay, I guess. The science of it made no sense. And then trying to claim that the planet Vegeta had no females. It's like, yeah, no. Again, you could have just gone with the Dragon Balls. You could have had it be that we made a wish to Shenlong for one of us to bear our offspring, and, you know, Goten volunteered. Because we wanted the child to be ours. So we made a wish. And it was made possible. Or even better, they could have had it be that, you know, Bulma's supposed to be a super genius. Bulma could have done something. She could have found a way to do it. Have it be that, you know, she artificially assimilated them or something. I don't know. It would have made sense. I mean, to have it be that, you know, Saiyans are supposed to be asexual, though. And when I say asexual, I don't mean like the sexual identity asexual. I mean like, you know, actually making their own offspring because there's no sex type thing. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. It's, you know, story overall was just, it was okay, but not the greatest thing I've read. The title for it being, I mean, it's like the author kind of showcased that they didn't really care. You know, if you really care about a story, you're going to want to properly name it, and you're actually going to be decent about what you call the chapters. I mean, the first chapter was literally called Default Chapter. Default Chapter. What does that translate to the readers? I don't care! But I digress. So yeah. Well, thank you for watching today's vlog. Another vlog will come eventually, whether it be tomorrow, next week, next month, or even next year. You never know. Have a good one, guys.